Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. You are watching KUM. Thank you for tuning in once again. Well, human trafficking is a very, very delicate, very sensitive subject right here in our island community. So joining me right now are Lindsay and Holly to talk about this topic. Now, it is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Holly, what makes this such an important topic for our community to know about?
Right. Well, I believe that it is very important as Slavery National or Human Trafficking Awareness Month, because a lot of people on the island, when I mentioned that I'm involved with the Human Trafficking Task Force, a lot of the questions sometimes are, we have human trafficking on Guam, so that's always a question. And the thing is yes, we do, and there's been a lot of investigations, as well as the supportive services have reported different people coming in to survivors that have needs. So I believe that this question is important to be addressed, and the awareness is very important for people to understand that yes, it does exist on Guam, and what they can do to help combat human trafficking.
How widespread of a problem is this for our community, maybe relative to some other markets? Maybe within the region, or like within Asia or things like that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's hard to identify because there hasn't been a lot of research done. Lindsay and I have attempted to do some research, and we have conducted some research here on Guam just to look at the indicators and how prevalent this possibly could be. Like you're saying, it's hard to actually identify certain numbers because a lot of it is a silent crime in many ways. So saying that there has to be more research done, but also because of our geographic area and our economic, our labor laws, policies and procedures, there's a high prevalence for the ability for human trafficking to actually happen here. So I think that it is very important to investigate that more and to research that.
And that's equally as dangerous.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Now, Lindsay, what's actually interesting is a lot of our viewers, have heard the term human trafficking over the number of years, and it's been talked about, chronicled, researched, and everything. But you would actually like to shed light and parallel that with another problem that may actually bring the issue to light for a lot of people.
So human trafficking is modern day slavery. Mm-hmm. Human beings are literally bought and sold as commodities for a profit. And the International Labor Organization has identified as many as 27 million people are enslaved in our world today. And the thing is that's not just happening in Asia. That's not just happening in the United States. It is happening here in our island, in Guam. It happens to Chamorro women, it happens to migrant workers, it happens to everybody, and any person is vulnerable, and it definitely happens to children. In fact, the average age for a child to be forced into prostitution is between the ages of 12 to 14 years old. Basically, human trafficking is the idea of a person being forced to work or forced into sexual exploitation for the financial gain of others.
Mm-hmm. And so it is quite literally, I don't want to say a modern version of slavery, but it is an interpretation.
Yeah,
it is a literal interpretation of slavery.
It is modern day slavery. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think slavery ended with the Emancipation Proclamation in 1865. However, that is not true. It has continued to happen since then, and it is happening today. And it's even more widespread by the millions than it was then.
Now, hopefully that gives people some perspective on just how critical this problem is. And so the next question I have for the both of you is, what can we as a community do? Because obviously people like you have gotten involved. You are learned in the topic, and you get involved and try and, through various outreach activities and everything, spread the word. But what can we do to help?
Sure. One is to make yourself aware, education, kind of going out there and doing research. I definitely recommend looking at the National Human Trafficking Research Center. They have a lot of information on how to get started, basically to help yourself to become aware or to help maybe others. They also have different age-appropriate options as well, in case you would like to teach high schoolers what is this issue. I know Holly has a lot of really great options as well.
Yes, well, we have some different events going on this month as well. So we have the point in time count. We've partnered with the Guam Homeless Coalition. So their annual point in time count, where they go out and volunteer different homeless people, and they give away bags of food and hygiene and various items. We're partnering with them, so raising awareness about certain indicators for or for human trafficking among homeless people, because they are a vulnerable population. And we're also developed a little flyer that they can put in the bag, so it has the number of the hotline, these sort of things. And we've also had it bilingual, so it will be translated into Chuukese. So that's one thing. People can volunteer to be a part of that. That's definitely open. They can contact the Guam Homeless Coalition to be a part of that. Another thing, we have a wave coming up on January 27th across Skinner Plaza at 4:30. And just the different just coming to the human trafficking task force meetings as well. We would love to get the University of Guam more involved and have more younger people just get involved and really, and we also have the Day of Prayer coming up on January 24th. So a day, and that's a Sunday, so it's just to be able to go into our faith-based community and to raise awareness and have a moment of prayer or meditation or silence to really recognize survivors and to really ponder how can they help, how can our community really help.
And what is this item that you brought today?
This is Circle K has actually been a big sponsor of the different things going on this month, and they have ordered a bunch of coffee sleeves, and it has the Stop Human Trafficking on Guam. They developed this great logo. You can see our island here in the hand. It's really nice.
Very cool.
And it has the national hotline number on it as well, so if there is something they can also text Be Free if they're in a situation that they might have indicators of being trafficked.
And if you said you want to incorporate like the university and the university
Yeah.
community, I think that's going to be great.
Yes, yep,
Okay.
exactly.
All
So
right.
just all the awareness that we can get out there. And
All right, well, ladies, thank you so much for your time.
thank you so
And
much.
Thank you for having
thank you for what
us.
you do.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.
All right, and we will talk to you soon on the flip side of this break. Stay tuned, you're watching KUAM.